Hey, welcome to New Burgers. It's fucking Friday. Man, we got some shit going on today. And we're pouring a beverage. Not only is it fucking Friday, but it's the next episode of Craig and Silent J. Of course, I'm not holding the camera, so it's got to be fucking Silent J, right? There we go. Ah, ain't she purty? That's a lovely looking beverage right there. This is the son-in-law's brown ale. He brewed this. I threw a recipe together. This, I am happy to say, turned out rather well for a throw together recipe. I'm here to tell you. Anyway, a lot of things to talk about. This is probably going to be a very, probably be a lengthy video, so to speak. Oh, it's a, there's a beer in there. Now this has been in the keg, since the 28th of December, right?
Something like that.
I am so glad we left it in the keg because it has aged wonderfully. It really has. All right. Come on in, Mr. J. Stick your hand out there in the view. Everybody can see. There you go. There's Silent J. He grabbed the beer. He is a true person, really. So, what first? Let's talk about what we got for Christmas, okay? Pan right there. Son-in-law got me the pepper porter right there. And he got me an oatmeal stout, but he got, and I'm plugging these guys, Black Rifle Coffee. And when you buy this, a percentage of this goes to the veterans, right? How's that work, Jay? He ain't saying nothing. A portion of profits go to veterans, Leo and gun rights organizations. There you go. This stuff smells wonderful. I already weighed out 3 ounces to throw into the oatmeal stout.
The other stuff.
Oh,
That's the drinking stuff.
this is the drinking stuff, but the other stuff we got right in here. This is the whole beans, right? Because we're going to let the oatmeal stout, we're going to let that ferment. And when that ferments out, we're going to throw this in and let it set for about a week. Anywhere from 4 days to 7 days. Because last time we did the coffee stout, it only had to stay in there 4 days. And it was pretty good. This smells wicked. Oh my goodness. Yes, we've been on the dark side kick for a minute. Okay, so to talk about the beer, how this turned out, this is Jay's, we wanted a Schwartz beer. Okay, this was with my son-in-law's first brew. Can you pick up what I'm throwing down there? It's pretty clear. It didn't turn out to be a Schwartz beer. And for all you brewers know that a Schwartz beer is a German black beer. Well, what we got is a brown ass beer. I didn't have all the ingredients. What I did was throw together what I had left over from the previous Christmas. And that was 7 pounds of Vienna malt, 4 3/4 pounds of Munich malt. I had 3 ounces of midnight wheat, and I put 3 ounces of Carafa 3 malt in there, and 6 ounces of Crystal 60. I want to give a shout out to Eclipse Brewing because it was a first for me. I actually used whole leaf hops, and you know what? I'm a fan. He sent me an ounce of Northern Brewer. I put that in 60 minutes. I threw an ounce of Hallertau in 20 minutes, and I threw what I had left in the bag, the Hallertau. I wanted to get rid of it. 1.62 ounces of Hallertau in 5 minutes. I mashed for 90 minutes. I did a mash out for 15 minutes at 165. Added some yeast nutrient and a Whirlfloc in 10 minutes. Whirlpool for 15 minutes. I chilled and pitched. Now this was a re-pitch. The coffee stout that I did, I had 05 in it. I saved the yeast out of that brew, and a day or two later, I reused that yeast, and that shit just exploded. Within 3 hours, we were bubbling. I think that turned out, let's see what the ABV is on that. The OG was 1065. It finished out at 1010. I got a 7.2%. Oh my goodness. Brown ale. It didn't turn black. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. It was just a fly-by-night, sit in your pants kind of thing going on, and I gotta tell you, with all that Vienna malt and a little bit of sweetness of the Munich, it's nutty. It starts out sweet, and at the end, it's got a little bitter to it, and it's mellowed since it's been in the keg. It's really freaking good. Ooh, get it in you. No, it really. When I tried it after what I had it in the keg for about a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we tried it, and it's been in the keg now for 2.5 weeks, and it is really turned around. It turned out to be a wonderful beer, and I'm glad I wrote this down. And this is what I need to say: whenever you throw something together, make sure you take notes, because you never know when you brew something by the seat of your pants, just by the shit that you have left over or whatnot. You might turn out with a good goddamn beer. And I'm telling you, this turned out to be a wonderful friggin' beer. And I can brew this again because I know exactly what I did. Remember, always take fucking notes. Because sometimes you just got a bunch of shit, you throw it together, you brew a beer, you don't think it's going to turn out to be shit, you didn't take no notes, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks later, you got a fucking wonderful beer. Take notes. Okay. Didn't do any kind of Christmas shit, did I? Well, look at this. Isn't that fucking pretty? Oh my goodness. My daughter got me this. It looks like, what the hell is that? That, you guys know who I'm talking about. He sends this little son of a bitch around all over the country and all over everywhere. And people sign it and all that. Well, this has got a tap with it. This is kind of cool. And it takes the 16 gram cartridges. Bam! I can travel with beer anywhere. This is fucking awesome. Am I going to test this out tonight? No. No. Because these are relatively expensive. And I'm not going to fill it up with beer because I'll have to drink it. And this is 7.2%. Now, the pepper porter I just kegged tonight, that's the lowest beer we brewed in a while, isn't it? Mm-hmm. 6.1. We usually average about 6.5, but the pepper porter, I got to tell you, the pepper porter, we added black pepper to it at the end of the boil, wasn't it? Yeah, the end of the boil. I whirlpooled it for 15 minutes, and I added another 3/4 of an ounce plus what I had left of peppercorns, crushed and put them in during fermentation. I'm not getting a peppery kind of taste from it. I don't know what I don't. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Have you noticed any? Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I just kegged it and carbonated it tonight, and I got 2 bottles out of it. I primed them. And I stuck them away to see what they taste like later on, because that's another thing me and Jay's been doing. Been taking 1 or 2 bottles out of every brew we do now, and I got 5 bottles of beer now. Every brew, I'm trying to get 2 bottles of beer out of it and stick them aside so I can do a later review on it, as opposed to forced carbonation, as the natural carbonation and aging these beers. Because dark beers, they tend to get better as you age them. What else we got going on, Jay? Oh, shit. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. What the fuck? I don't know. Let me take a drink of this and see what happens. Oh, got some fucking beer candy. We're going to do a video one night, and we're going to try each and every one of these candies to see what they taste like. That should be fucking hilarious. And the Craig and Silent J thing's probably going to be maybe once or twice a month. We're going to do that, the brew and review. The wife, I got to tell you this, there's going to be t-shirts coming. We're going to have a Craig and Silent J thing with say that word.
Caricatures.
That's it. I can't say the fucking word. It's going to be Craig and Silent J. You're not going to see his face. You're going to see my big giant head. And it's going to be Craig and Silent J brew and review. And on the back it's going to be New Burgers. We brew what ails you. The wife is just an artistic genius. I mean, she's in there playing with her cricket right now and all that kind of stuff. So when we make the first shirt and you guys see it, we'll put it out there. Maybe the wife can make us up a shirt. You know what I mean? Make you up a shirt. Charge you a couple dollars for the t-shirt. You pay the shipping. And you help out the brew house. But the wife's insisting on 80-20. She gets 80%. She's doing all the work. I'm just doing promotions. Let's give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Steve Ogden. He had to go through some trials and tribulations and all that kind of shit like that. And Brian of Short Circuit Brewing, his brew house is coming along real fucking good. Who else? Everybody over in the UK. You know what I mean? Them boys are hilarious. What else? What the fuck else? Am I missing something? Oh, I got a request. They were looking to get into a mashing bowl. They wanted to do the mashing bowl, and they wanted to see my shit in action. Well, you know, my brew days are 7 hours, and I don't edit shit. Jesus Christ, who's gonna watch a 7-hour video of me brewing on the mashing bowl? I can't do that. But what I can do is maybe one day have a live YouTube video like a lot of people do. I mean, you'll see me standing around like this for a while, and every now and again you'll see me fucking stirring shit. But let me do this, okay? Here's how I roll, okay? First of all, that's a flake there that's going into Mars Brew. I got everything set up. Got my brewing salts and all that shit ready to go in the water. This is how I roll. Now, I got the plate chiller. Let me move the grains out of the way. Got the MK2 pump. I started out with just a little solar water heater pump. And when I got the mashing bowl, I knew what I was going to do with it. I was going to do a brew in a bag kind of thing. I knew that. And I was going to recirculate. So I added this and kept the thermometer hole. Remember, you need this. You definitely need this to check the internal mash. You have to do that. Okay? This varies by 6 degrees. You can't go by that. You can set it, but you have to go by your internal mash. If you set it to 150, 151, it's probably going to read 150, 151 right here. Okay? Now, if this stays at 151, and this drops down 6 degrees at the bottom, you might have to get in there and you have to stir it up. And I usually average that about every 20 minutes or so when I'm mashing. Now, it's a brew bag in the pot. And I have a custom-made screen that I got from Bobby in New Jersey. Was at brewhardware.com. That keeps this up 3 inches off the bottom of this fucking brew kettle. Alright? Now, the only time I use the malt pipe that comes with this is when I sparge, because I pull the bag up, hook it right here, take the malt pipe, stick it right there, lift the bag up a little higher, stick that down in there, and then I sparge usually with about 2 gallons of water because I can't do a full volume mash because it holds 7 gallons. I might need more than that. Whatever. There you go. That's my setup. That's how I roll. All right. Like any system, you got to take it through the motions, see what the temperatures vary, this, that, and everything else. You got to put it through the motions. You got to know your system. Tomorrow we'll make 50 brews that I've had on this, and I've had this for 2 years now. This has never ever given me a problem. It's only ever given me a code once, and that's because my hop sack hit the fucking temperature gauge down in there, and that was it. For $299, you can't beat it, and don't expect anything more than what it is. And I got to tell you, I'm averaging between 75 to 83% brew house efficiency with this. And if anybody thinks I'm lying, they can kiss my fuzzy ass in the county square. It's true. I mean, you get out of it what you put into it. You know what I mean? You just got to know your system. And I do a lot of things that you normally wouldn't fucking do. Probably I don't have to do. I mash for 90 minutes. I grind my grains very fine. Pan down on that, Mr. J. Almost to the consistency of flour. Okay? That's 0.025. 0.25. That goes... Never had a stuck sparge, never had a stuck mash, nothing like that. You know what I mean? With the brew bag, the filter's great. I highly recommend. Gotta tell you, the brew bag is awesome. It's awesome. You gotta use it. What else, Jay? Close that fucking door. Get in the house, man. What were we complaining about the other day, Jay? We were complaining about them fucking stools. Were we?
Yep.
Every time you sat on the bar stool, your feet don't touch the fucking floor. I'm telling the wife this. We're at fucking Walmart the other day. Wally Mart. Oh, God. I said, they'd be nice. They fold up, and they fit right in the brew house. And I'm looking at them. She says, you want them? I says, hell yeah. I said, your son-in-law's ass hurts. We're burning them fucking stools. Every time we get in here, we sit on these. I'm worried to burn these. So, here we go. The wife got us some nice fold-up chairs, and she even went the route to get us some cushions, too. How about that? So no more ass hurting. You know what I mean? There you go. Check this out. Foul. Blam. Ooh, get it in you. I wish we had more of the coffee stout to actually do a really good review on that because, well, Christmas Day, man, I fucking killed that shit. She gone. So was I. The wife of me was come out here with a sledgehammer and killed my brew house, and she meant that shit too. If she'd found a sledgehammer, I wouldn't have a brew house. Anyway, you get with your brother, you do stupid shit, you get stupid shit. I don't know. Anyway, he hasn't been back since Christmas. Go figure. Oh, I got a pair of these for Christmas too. There you go. These are awesome. What else? What else I got going on here? I don't know, Jay. What else? What the fuck we got going on? All the water's done. The hoses are hooked up. All that bullshit. You got anything to add? Silent J ain't never got nothing to fucking add. I don't know. There was other shit I wanted to talk about. There was. Did we cover everything? Oh, we are brewing tomorrow. Yes. We're all set up for that. We covered that. We covered the fucking brew candy. Got new glassware. Got proper pint glasses for Christmas. Got some new stickers and knick-a-knack and bric-a-brac. What else? I gave a plug to Eclipse Brewing for the fucking hops. Also, was another first. When we did the pepper porter, that was a first for liquid yeast for me with the smack pack. I'm a fan. That shit wasn't it? It was bubbling within an hour. An hour and a half, right? Hour and a half. That shit was bubbling in an hour and a half. I got one more smack pack, and it was because he made a happy mistake. He didn't know whether to get me dry yeast or liquid yeast. I said, I never used liquid yeast. I don't know. Oh, shit. But you know what? I'm a fan. At leaf hops and liquid fucking yeast, I'm a fan. Because I never did that before. It was a first for me. You know what I mean? So it works like they say. What the fuck? Take it out a night or two before. You get it warmed up after you got it in the refrigerator. 3 hours before you think you're going to pitch, or maybe a little longer. Slap that bitch. It swells up. Blam! Cut it. Dump it. Hour and a half later, that shit's bubbling. Like your stomach after Taco Bell. That shit's bubbling. Did I say that? I said that shit out loud. Wasn't it? That's pretty fucking funny. Anyway. Oh, I want to give a shout out to fucking Drunken One, Thrash Metal Brewing. I missed out on their live YouTube to jump in. Also, give a shout out to all the fellas that were on Google Hangouts. What was it? I think it was Christmas week. That Christmas weekend, that Saturday. I didn't get a chance to get into that because I was in the doghouse, for real. I had to chill out. Couldn't drink no beverage. I had to chill. When I'm drinking beverage tonight. There you go. Maybe there'll be a Google Hangouts tonight. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a live fucking thing on BrewTube. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But all you Brits got 5 hours on me, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 2 o'clock. You guys are hammered by now. No bullshit, because it's like 9:15 here. Anyway, that's all I got for fucking Friday. Maybe we'll tune in tomorrow, do a live thing on BrewTube while we're brewing, or I'm throwing hops in or whatnot, so you can check out actually how much of a boil I get out of the mashing bowl. Everybody says the mashing bowl, oh, it's not a vigorous bowl. Jay, does this sucker bowl its ass off or what?
Yeah, it does.
It damn sure does. It fogs us out of here. I got to put a fart fan in. I do. But anyway, that's all I got for now. This is Craig telling you you can do fucking homebrew, and check it out. Get it in ya. Man, don't be afraid to fucking just throw a beer together, but make sure you keep notes. That's it. I'm done.